Now at 9, if you're planning to hit the road this weekend, you might want to avoid the 405. We're live with the changes and lane reductions. Plus, a multi-billion-dollar deal guaranteed to transform television and film in Tinseltown. Netflix agrees to buy Warner Brothers. We break down what's next. And if you're tired of the chilly weather, we have some good news ahead. Meteorologist Star Harvey with a preview of what's on the horizon.
Well, this weekend we do have a pretty quiet pattern in place, but as we roll into next week, we'll be welcoming in some heat. We're talking temperatures not just in the 70s, but also the 80s.
Good evening. You're watching LA Live News tonight on Fox 11. I'm Laura Diaz. They are at it again. Big changes are coming to the 405 this weekend. Overnight lane closures, ramp shutdowns, and more could impact your ride from West LA to the Valley. It's part of a $143 million improvement project. What can drivers expect? Let's go live to Fox 11's Ed Lascos in the Sepulveda Pass for more. Ed?
And Laura, we're just an hour away now from the latest misery here on the 405, the latest weekend yet set for this weekend of that continuing construction project. Hate to tell you that, but you know what to expect. Joe, take us into the story, will you? You're looking live. That's part of the pass we're talking about here. Look at traffic moving along now, but you know what? In an hour, it's not going to be the case. Lots of lanes will be closed here. To the video we go. Caltrans already with its equipment ready to move in. They'll start that at 10 o'clock tonight, and the freeway will be affected here through the Sepulveda Pass up until Monday morning, 5 a.m. We're talking this weekend will be from Getty Center Drive up to Skirball Center Drive. Only 3 lanes will be open northbound side. Only 3 lanes will be open on the southbound side. Several of the on-ramps, the off-ramps will also be closed as they have a major repaving project through this section of the Sepulveda Pass and the 405, one of the busiest sections of freeway in all the country, not less certainly here in the Southland. For commuters, you might think, well, the weekend's a good time, but no, not really. Still very heavily traveled, especially for those who have no choice even on the weekend. They drive for a living. Listen.
Especially when you're an Uber driver and you have to go back and forth, you know, taking people to the airport or bringing them back. Yeah, it does get a little congested, a little backed up, you know.
What are you going to do then?
Hopefully try some other routes, you know, try to not get stuck on there, you know.
But frustrating?
It is a little bit, yeah, but, you know, it needs to get done, I guess.
Great, but at the same time, it sucks because it's one of the biggest highways for commuting.
Right. Even on weekends, huh?
Yeah, especially on weekends. And I've noticed a bit of change in traffic in the mornings and the late afternoons as well. But if it has to happen, it has to happen. But it does suck. But if we want to improve it, we have to sacrifice a little.
I didn't even know that. We don't even know.
Yeah, it's been every other weekend they're going to go.
Oh, okay. Thank you for letting us know. I didn't even know.
But frustrating?
Frustrating, of course. And I have these 2 girls, and you know, they're going to be tired. I'm tired.
Well, even if you take Sepulveda or you take the little curves back home, it's still the same thing, you know? So whatever, it should take like 45 minutes, takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours almost to get home.
Now you're looking live, the 405 through the Sepulveda Pass. Jonathan there was talking about the other part of this, the on-ramps, the off-ramps closed through this area of the pass. So for a lot of the local folks who drive through here to their apartments, to their condos, to the homes here on the west side, Brentwood, yeah, they're affected by this, really. So again, it starts in an hour, 10 o'clock tonight, runs right through the weekend until 5 in the morning, Monday. And Laura, one other quick point, Caltrans, you know, when they set this up, they said it was going to be for the next 3 consecutive weekends. Now they've changed that. They're saying it's every other weekend. So we have to deal with it this weekend. Next weekend, we get a break, nothing. But then the following weekend, it's the weekend before Christmas, they're back at it again as this thing continues. And it certainly will continue through the weekends, even next year, for all the repaving here.
All right, we'll take whatever break we can get. Thank you so much, Ed.
You bet.
Tonight, a blockbuster deal is shaking up Hollywood. Netflix buying Warner Brothers for $72 billion, and they're agreeing to take on $10 billion more in debt. Now, that brings the deal's total value to $82 billion. But alarms are already ringing over the merger of the streaming giant with a Hollywood studio. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez explains what this will mean for consumers and employees.
This is just seismic shift of unbelievable proportion.
The executive director of TV for Variety reacting to Netflix's $72 billion acquisition of Warner Brothers, including its film, TV studios, and HBO platforms.
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky,
Does that mean Batman or Harry Potter will be streaming on Netflix anytime soon? Not necessarily. And you probably will be paying more if they do.
These consolidations are rarely good for consumers, and I don't see much in terms of how consumers will benefit from this. But the real question is, what does this mean for Hollywood and for workers here?
But there is concern in Washington. Democratic Congressmember Pramila Jayapal, co-chair of the House Monopoly Busters Caucus, posting on X, it would mean more price hikes, ads, and cookie-cutter content, less creative control for artists, and lower pay for workers. On the other side, Republican U.S. Senator Mike Lee, who leads the Senate's Antitrust Committee, saying the merger, quote, should send alarm to antitrust enforcers around the world. Indeed, Netflix subscriber base would jump to 420 million, dwarfing even Disney by a lot. And past history does seem to show.
We saw this year with Paramount Skydance merger, so many jobs were lost as companies were consolidated and pink slips were handed out. And that's why today a lot of people in Hollywood are very concerned about this deal and what it's going to mean ultimately for this business, which is already in crisis.
It's far from a done deal. A lot of regulatory oversight going into this, and Paramount still saying they're going to try to make a better offer. We'll have to see. In Burbank, I'm Christina Gonzalez, Fox 11 News.
Developing tonight, a local coffee shop is targeted with anti-Trump graffiti, but the owners say the hateful messages are based on a big misunderstanding. As Fox 11's Gina Silva reports, the coffee shop owners say the anti-Trump vandalism misrepresents their values.
I got here in the morning very surprised. I didn't know that this was happening, but they first spray painted from here all the way to the edge of...
In black spray paint, someone tagged the windows of the San Fernando Coffee Company on Thursday with the word MAGA and GTFO, exclamation point. Jonathan Aquino couldn't understand why.
It was very confusing because, number one, it's not true. And number two is it came out of nowhere. It was like they started attacking my boss from nothing.
For Victor?
Angel Nunez is the co-owner of the small coffee business that has been operating for the past 2 years.
To just quickly assume that we belong to a certain belief or a certain demographic that goes against, the people that we serve in this community is completely false.
The vandalism happened just one day after a local business posted on social media. I'm actually not a big coffee drinker, even less so if the owner is MAGA, following a Trump merch page. Nunez says his business partner does follow the pages mentioned, but he also follows a lot of businesses online.
One account was like a Trump merch store, and then the other one was actually our neighbor here who has been an outed Trump supporter, but we've known him for probably over 20 years now at this point, so there's more of a connection than just who he supports and what he believes in politically.
For customers who are simply coming in for their coffee or matcha, the feeling is the same. Whatever the motive, vandalism is simply unacceptable.
Honestly, it's kind of sad. I feel like our community is always getting just vandalized.
We're very thankful of those who do support us. We wouldn't be here without all of you and everyone's support. So yeah, we will continue to double down and show up for the community.
There are security cameras on site, but unfortunately they weren't working when the vandalism took place. Police were called to this location, a report was taken, and if you know anything about this vandalism, contact the San Fernando Police Department. I'm Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
Still ahead at 9, Governor Gavin Newsom demanding answers from the Trump administration on wildfire relief funding. He visits Washington, D.C. Plus, it's been a long road for wildfire victims across the county, but finally seeing signs of hope. The major milestone that hit today in Altadena.
We have a pretty quiet weather trend building in for the weekend. It's what arrives next week that is going to have our temperatures feeling summer-like across a lot of the area.
11 months after the wildfires, a major milestone for one homeowner hit hard by the Eaton fire. Fox 11's Coco McAvoy was there for the emotional moment.
Okay, there's my signature. Yeah. And again, there you go. Welcome back home.
Welcome home.
Thank you so much.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
A major milestone following the deadly Eaton fire. LA County leaders issued the first certificate of occupancy in West Altadena to the Dyson family, marking a new chapter for John and Darlena Dyson.
This is huge for us. We're going home. We're grateful. We're blessed. We're just amazed that this day came as fast as it did.
Back in January, the Dysons couldn't have pictured moving into this brand new fire-resistant house after the Eaton fire destroyed their generational home, the home John built with his father decades ago.
If you had asked me on January 10th if I were coming back, I'd say, I don't know. I don't think so. And things, as we thought about it and talked about it, we looked at alternates and we said, this is our home. Our roots are here. We're coming back. We're staying here.
The Dysons' family and friends joined them in the celebration Friday, including Kenneth Wood Sr., who also lost his home in the Eaton fire. Does this give you hope for your rebuilding process?
Oh, yeah. But I tell everybody more than even the house. It's the people who are in it.
LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger says the county has worked with many Altadena families to rebuild, but now their focus will shift on those who haven't started the process yet.
I've been so focused on the number of permits coming in, which I'm still going to be focused on, but I think we need to really figure out, for those over 4,000 that have not even begun the process, why aren't they? And I've heard anecdotally that a lot of it has to do with the money. Insurance, still fighting with insurance companies, and we've got to better understand what is going on, especially with the insurance industry, and hold them responsible.
Coco McAvoy, Fox 11 News.
Weather is sponsored by American Career College.
Okay. I was just going to say it's a beautiful night out there, and we're looking forward to a weekend that we can all enjoy. Star Harvey, meteorologist, you can tell us what the weather's going to be like as we enjoy this first weekend of December.
Yeah, that's right. You know, as we do roll into this weekend, Laura, we are going to see conditions similar to what we did have for the end of this week, like a live look out there, gorgeous conditions to end our evening. We do have a statement along the coast, and we'll be talking about that, but I'm talking sky-wise, temperature-wise, it's going to be pretty decent across most of our area here. Nice conditions out there. Temperature-wise, it's already starting to feel a lot cooler out there. Depending on where you are, we have 20s in our mountains. At Palmdale, it was really chilly out there this morning. We did have some cold alerts up there. You can see temperatures looking a lot better right now than we were this time yesterday. Actually, a little similar. 44 degrees out there right now. We're at 55 in Santa Monica, 46 in Corona, 52 in Pasadena. Winds calm right now. We do have some of those weakening offshore winds moving at about 3 to 10 miles per hour across the area. We will see them build back up moving into next week. But before that arrives, we'll be dealing with some more chilly conditions depending on where you are. Now, here's a look at our lows tonight. Palmdale, I said, looking a little bit better, feeling a little bit better across the area. I know you'll be dropping into the 30s for tonight. Last night we had temperatures in the 20s. 20 still holding on to the Big Bear area. Along the coast, we'll see those temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 40s, so pretty decent out there. We do have an air quality alert in place. This will be in effect through our weekend. Portions of it, at least. It's in effect until Sunday at that midnight hour. Our air quality tomorrow for the LA area will be decent. Today we did set at a 60 for our air quality index number. Tomorrow we'll be increasing to a 73. So however that goes, it still places us in that moderate category. I'll be back with a look into what to expect next weekend under 7 Day. For now, back to you.
Sounds good. Coming up right here, major changes for childhood vaccines. The vote delaying hepatitis B protection in newborns. That's coming up next. The Supreme Court will decide whether the Trump administration's birthright citizenship order violates the Constitution. The order says children born in the U.S. to parents who are in the U.S. illegally are not citizens. It was signed on the president's first day of his second term. The justices are set to hear this appeal of a ruling in the lower court that shot down the citizenship restrictions. A federal vaccine advisory committee voted today to end the long-standing recommendation that all newborns in the U.S. receive the hepatitis B vaccine on the day they're born. Hepatitis B is a serious liver infection that's spread through contact with bodily fluids. Mothers can pass it to their children. The vaccine panel says only babies born to mothers who test positive for Hep B should receive the shot at birth. They're advising other mothers to speak with the doctors about the vaccine. Doctors weigh in on the change.
We've heard do no harm is a moral imperative. We are doing harm by changing this wording.
If the mom is Hep B negative, which is the vast majority of women who deliver babies in the United States today, and they want to delay it until the kid is 8 or 10 or 12, there's essentially no risk of them getting it.
The new recommendation is that the hepatitis B vaccine series begins only after a child is at least 2 months old. The state of California does not uphold this decision and actively promotes vaccinations. Coming up right here, the World Cup matchups are set. Lionel Messi and Argentina begin their title defense. And who the U.S. will face first, we've got it all when we come back.
Across SoCal, this is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
Tonight, a mother of 6 is pleading for help after being told she and her children must leave their temporary housing over what she claims is retaliation for reporting misconduct. Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards is live in Gardena with her story tonight. Chelsea?
Well, she says this has just been an absolute nightmare for herself and her 6 kids, ranging from the ages of 2 to 16-year-olds. There's 2 sets of twins in there, so it's a lot of kids. It's a big family. They say they were given the runaround. They were moved from this shelter to what they thought was going to be a permanent housing solution, but ended up falling through, and they ended up here at this Motel 6 in Gardena, where they are now. But they're being uprooted again later on in the week, starting next week, because they are only allowed to stay here for so long. So really just a headache around the holidays. So hard to navigate all of these services, especially when you have such a large family. Take a look at some of this video. So Letitia Stevenson says she spoke out about concerns she had while living at the Cesar Chavez shelter, and she thinks she was retaliated against because of it. Now, the homelessness program says she was removed because she refused Section 8 housing, which she says is not true. Rather, that a landlord then refused to take her after finding out how many kids she has. She and her family ended up here at this Motel 6 in Gardena, but the housing program only allows families to stay for a few weeks at a time. So she was supposed to move again today. She got a couple more days, though. She's now facing eviction on Wednesday, but says she doesn't know where she's going to go. In the meantime, her kids are still in school, and Christmas is around the corner.
We want to ultimately have, peace of mind for the children. I want people to know who my kids are and amazingly gifted young kids that they are. And this is very much, about them being able to have a peaceful space to be able to create their art.
Our biggest concern are the children. We want to see the children in stable environments, not unnecessarily uprooted when there's plenty of opportunity for people like the Stevenson family to receive permanent housing.
Now, LA Homelessness Services officials say they don't share personal or confidential information about anyone in their programs. This is a joint statement from LA Family Housing, PATH, and the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority. Quote, "We are unable to comment on any individual claims or circumstances. What we can state unequivocally is that our agencies operate in collaboration and under clear guidelines and best practices to provide safe and effective services to support people on their path to stable housing. We remain united in our commitment to delivering compassionate and high-quality care and ensuring that every person in our program is treated with dignity and receives the assistance they need to pursue housing stability," end quote. But again, the Stevenson family says that is not what they've experienced in their 2.5 years in the system. And again, the stress just compounds when you've got the holidays so close, coming up around the corner, and again, the kids are still in school. So a lot of challenges that they're facing here. All those kids are artists. They work in various mediums. There's graphic design, animation, murals, and she just wants her kids to be able to develop their art and pursue their dreams in a peaceful and safe place. Reporting live from Gardena, I'm Chelsea Edwards. Laura, I'll send it back to you.
Chelsea, thank you so much. Wish the best for that family. Well, Eaton Fire survivors have a chance to see what rebuilding could look like, what it could cost, and how quickly it can be done. Prefabricated homes are a growing option for those wanting to return to their property. Fox 11's Nick Garcia went to Altadena for a look.
Well, we're off of Lincoln and Alvey Street here in Altadena, which is where these prefabricated model homes are, giving fire survivors an up-close look at what could be a really good option for them. This little village of prefabricated homes has been here for the past month now, thanks to a partnership between LA for LA, UCLA's City Lab, and the nonprofit Community Women Vital Voices. And it's sponsored by the California Community Foundation as well as Wells Fargo Foundation. Now, what people are getting to do here is take a tour of the model prefabricated houses of all shapes and sizes, most of them ranging from $60,000 to $500,000. These can be temporary places to stay on your property while rebuilding, but there are also options for a prefabricated house to be the permanent build. Organizers say they wanted to give people more information about prefab homes, especially as an option for seniors and those who don't have the resources or time to do a design build.
This is just one option. There are so many different options on the table, but we're trying to give people a starting point, to give them hope to come back to their lot if that's where they came from.
Now, these model homes will be out here in Altadena, again off of Lincoln and Alvey Street until Sunday. So you have a couple days to get a look at it. But in the coming weeks, we'll be sharing much more with you about prefabricated homes and why it could be a good option for you. In Altadena, I'm Nick Garcia, Fox 11 News.
All right, it's that time of the year, Star Harvey, meteorologist, when families are so busy enjoying all the holiday functions. So what kind of weather will they have this weekend?
It's going to be nice. You know, we are expecting a pretty benign pattern here, not much changing. Now, we are expecting sunshine and temperatures to be comfortable out there. We'll have those mostly clear skies through the remainder of our evening here. So tomorrow as well as Sunday, we can expect to have a quiet pattern on tap. By the time we get to Sunday, we will see that temperature rise start. It is expected to move us into next week. In fact, we are expecting our temperatures to not just reach the 70s, but we'll also have a few 80s in place, and we're likely to see the peak of this heat arrive for us Tuesday through Thursday of next week. A few more things we have to deal with this evening, or excuse me, rolling into this weekend. We have an air quality alert because of our wood burning ban. That's until Sunday, but we also have another cycle where we'll be watching our tides. Now, we could again see some of that minor flooding through our AM hours. And again, this is because we do have those king tides in place where we could see our high tide reach anywhere from 7 to 7.5 feet there. And again, we will be watching in the area during the morning hours of tomorrow between 8 o'clock and 10 a.m. Otherwise, temperatures today hit 73 degrees. That puts us slightly above our normal of the upper 60s. Currently, we do have beautiful skies out there, temperatures in the 50s, winds moving calmly at about 2 miles per hour across the LA area. We do also have your 7-day forecast for you. Sunshine in place for tomorrow. We do start to see again those temperatures rising moving into our Sunday. As we make our way into next week, that high pressure will be in place, and with high pressure swinging into our region, we will see those temperatures again bumping up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is where we show those temperatures in the LA area, going from 70s over the weekends to 80s during the week. Now, if you're along the coast this weekend, your temperatures will also be in the upper 60s. Next week, when that heat is expected to arrive, you're likely to see your temperatures touching the mid 70s. We can't forget the valleys in the Inland Empire, likely to see a little bit more heat as we roll into next week. This weekend, temperatures similar to what we'll see across the LA area, but also the Inland Orange County region. So the valleys in the Inland Empire with sunshine in place, your temperatures in the low to upper 70s for this weekend. When we get to next week and that high pressure does start to influence our weather pattern, you can expect to see those temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. I'd say by the time we get to Wednesday, we could see those temperatures, depending on where you are in the valleys, potentially really close to that 90-degree mark. Laura?
Thank you so much. And now to a passing. Frank Gehry, the acclaimed architect and designer, died today at the age of 96 at his home in Santa Monica. Gehry was widely regarded for his genius around the world, and most certainly here in Los Angeles, where he transformed the city.
This is remarkable.
Wonderful thing.
It's stunning. Stunning.
In a city of stars, architect Frank Gehry's fame shined brightly. His crown jewel creations locally included the Walt Disney Concert Hall in downtown Los Angeles with a cocoon-like interior. The concert hall was completed in 2003. It was known for its light and movement and became an overnight sensation.
The day it opened in the early 2000s, you know, it arrived in terms of this bold form and presence on the city, but everyone also welcomed it as that this is an icon of the city.
But his imprint was international. Gehry's perhaps greatest success, and the building he's most remembered for, is the Guggenheim Museum Bilbao in northern Spain. The titanium-clad museum was a worldwide hit. Gehry was one of the first architects to grasp the potential of computer design and how it could free the designer. He worked into his 90s. 3 years ago, he showed Fox 11 his office in the South Bay, filled with models. He expressed the importance of staying humble. But this innovator wanted to be remembered for more than his buildings. He wanted to help humanity. He mentored youth.
I'm very interested in the social issues related to life that means everything that's going on. And today there's lots of stuff going on, economic, racial, and I feel as a human being part of it all.
Just a giant in life. The LA Phil posting this dedication on their website. Among Frank's many gifts were his understanding of the human spirit and his ability to create spaces that inspire and build community. New details tonight. A California mother has been convicted of murdering a retired nurse to fund her daughter's cheerleading trip. 7 years after the crime, prosecutors say 47-year-old Cherie Townsend stabbed 66-year-old Susan Leeds nearly 20 times in a Rolling Hills Estates mall parking lot in 2018. Investigators linked Townsend to the crime through her cell phone found under the victim's car. Townsend denied involvement, but after years of legal battles, a jury found her guilty. She faces sentencing in January. The 2026 World Cup draw is set. Team USA will open play in LA against Paraguay at SoFi Stadium on June 12th. The U.S. will also face Australia and a European qualifier in the group stage. Tonight's event at the Kennedy Center was hosted by Kevin Hart and Heidi Klum and featured music from the Fugees, yes, and the Village People. President Trump, who helped secure the U.S. bid, praised the country's preparations and accepted a FIFA Peace Prize. The 2026 FIFA World Cup tournament begins June 11th with Mexico taking on South Africa in the very first match. Jesse Gary from our sister station in Oakland joined fans at PayPal Park in the Bay Area, which hosted a watch party today and will serve as a training site during the tournament.
Mexico! Mexico! Early Friday at PayPal Park, and there's action. Not on the pitch, but near it. Hundreds of football loyalists warding off the morning chill with the hottest global party going.
I wanted to be able to add more excitement to seeing the draw instead of just being alone at home.
Could have sat at home, but, it's nice being around here with, all the other passionate, soccer, football fans. So, I enjoyed it, just being here at PayPal Park.
The home of the MLS Earthquakes sees all eyes fixating on the final selection of teams for the 2026 World Cup.
What I like about the World Cup is that you could never say or confirm a score because you could have surprises. On paper, they look like they're easy wins, but anything could happen.
The draw, as it's called, pulls in fathers and sons.
This is an opportunity that happens, every 4 years? So gotta take advantage of it. Maybe skip one class of school. That should be okay.
There are newbies and veterans who are lured back for another look.
This is going to be my first time I get to see it in person, so that's pretty cool.
I was working as a World Cup volunteer in '94.
That year saw Stanford Stadium host 6 games featuring eventual World Cup winner Brazil.
All kinds of Brazilian fans came to the South Bay and created a real party atmosphere for several weeks. And I'm looking at something like that happening again.
The cold start finished with hot anticipation, as months from now, these same fans won't be watching a show about football. They'll be watching the real thing on the world's biggest stages.
I think it's just exciting being part of this, seeing the draw and waiting for, for the World Cup. I think it builds good anticipation.
I think I will just go to whatever game I can, even if it's not Argentina, just to take advantage of living so close to Levi Stadium.
PayPal Park will also see action, but not match action. This will serve as one of 2 training sites here in the South Bay. In San Jose, Jesse Gary, Fox 11 News.
Some performers say the Kennedy Center hasn't paid them for past shows. Managers for 3 artists told The Hollywood Reporter payments are overdue, with one performer owed $40,000 since July. They also claim it's been hard to reach anyone at the center. A Kennedy Center spokesperson denies any payment issues, saying all acts have been paid. After the article was published, one representative confirmed a payment was processed for their client. 7-Eleven is bringing a Japanese favorite to the U.S. The chain is now offering a Japanese-style egg salad sandwich at participating locations. Made with soft milk bread and creamy egg salad, it's inspired by the popular tamago sold in Japan. So far, the convenience store has not confirmed which locations will carry it. Fans of unique snacks might want to check their local store to see if it's available. Looks delicious. Robot dogs with billionaire heads up next. It's the wild art installation turning Miami Beach into a tech meets art spectacle. But wait until you hear what these robots leave behind. Details straight ahead. Plus, award season is here, and Gray Drake shows us the movies that could bring home a trophy on the other side of the break. Award season is here and the contenders are rolling in. Tonight we've got your movie watch list. Marla Tay has broke it all down with film critic Gray Drake for your must-see movies.
Hi.
Hello.
It's your time, award season,
That's
isn't
right.
it? That's right.
Trophies left and right.
You got the bling on, too. I love it. I love it. All right. We start with The Secret Agent, which we just saw that clip from.
Right. And this is coming to us from Brazil. It was a huge hit at the Cannes Film Festival for good reason. Okay. Now, it's about a man who's an expert in technology. He has every reason to be hiding from their dictatorial government. But he has a young son, and he's trying to keep him safe. But it is not easy. So what stands out about this movie is that it is absolutely kind of a spy movie. There's a lot of intrigue, a lot of political intrigue, but it's also strangely lighthearted. And what really stayed with me is that all the people in this movie, the characters are so vibrant. It really puts forward that message that real people are going to be the ones that correct the wrongs of an out-of-control government. And it is really captivating. It's very long, but it flies by. It's everything all at once, and you're definitely going to be hearing about this one for the Golden Globes and Oscar season.
And the main character, I mean, he's very Pedro Pascal-esque.
Right. Wagner Moura is wonderful. He's in Narcos as Pablo Escobar. He's definitely going to be a person we're going to see more of.
Okay. So The Secret Agent, put that on your list.
It ain't no secret, it's good.
There we go. Okay, then a completely different genre, right?
Yes.
This is a musical, Merrily We Roll Along.
And by Stephen Sondheim, nonetheless, who is most famous for like Company and Into the Woods. These are not hummable songs. They're very emotional songs.
Okay.
And so Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe and Jonathan Groff, they play these musical partners. They're creating a musical in the musical. And you meet them at the lowest point of their friendship. Things are not going well. And that's what's interesting about it. They go backwards through that partnership, and they take you all the way back through the horrible things that happen back to when they were like young, optimistic, full of energy. And if that's not relatable.
Right. Woo. So Merrily We Roll Along to sort of play on words, tongue-in-cheek, a little bit sarcastic.
And it's so emotional. And it was not a hit when it was first released on Broadway, but they reworked it so much, and these stars are so great that it won like 4 Tonys. And this movie version is so cinematic. It's gorgeous to look at, close-ups, different angles. It's not your normal play. It's really wonderful to watch.
Okay, very good. And this is in theaters only? And same with Secret Agent?
Yep.
Okay. And then lastly, we have The Chronology of Water.
Yes. So put on your thinking caps.
Oh, okay.
Because,
thinking caps on.
Yeah, because Kristen Stewart, the actress, is now a director.
This is her directorial debut.
It is, and what a debut it is. It's an adaptation of a book. And this is a portrait of a very troubled woman. She grew up under horrible abuse. She was going to be probably a professional athlete. Things did not go her way. And the movie is really about how she manages her trauma, which is not always well. This is like a difficult life.
Like most people have a hard time
Exactly, and she kind of goes it alone.
Okay.
And so it jumps back and forth in time. It's beautifully shot. It's very artistic. It's not going to just hand you the story. You really have to watch and just experience it. And I think the title sort of says it all. Water's not really about a beginning, middle, and an end. You know, it flows. It's experiential almost. And this movie is very much that. Like, I can't wait to see what else Kristen Stewart directs. Like, Bella from Twilight did it.
Oh, right.
It's pretty great.
When we talk about the water, the importance of water in the movie, and you mentioned that she was a professional athlete or going to be.
She's going to be a swimmer.
A swimmer. Okay, there we go.
Played by Imogen Poots, an actress who's also in Hedda this year. And she's unbelievable, this performance in the movie. But, again, not an easy watch.
Right, so you're not going to be on your phone distracted, otherwise you're going to miss the whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing.
Okay, all right. Tell people where they can find your reviews.
Oh, I'm over at CBR.com. You can see all my interviews. I talk about this stuff all the time, and I'm going to keep talking about it because these are the movies that are going to be nominated and definitely deserve it in a lot of cases.
Okay, we'll save the tape and then we'll play it once they do get that nomination.
Yay, perfect.
Yay!
New tonight, robot dogs with billionaire heads are turning heads in Miami Beach. Check it out. An art installation called Regular Animals features robot dogs with wax heads of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and famous artists like Andy Warhol and Pablo Picasso. I mean, you can't not look, right? Created by Mike Winkleman, the exhibit explores technology's impact on art and perception. The robots even poop out photos reflecting each figure's worldview. So look closely there, you'll see it. The display, part of Art Basel, has gone viral. All of them are sold out, going for $100,000 a piece. Well, Santa's making a special stop in Compton tonight. Coming up, we'll show you how this tradition is uniting the entire community. New tonight, Santa in Compton tonight, spreading holiday cheer, as you see right there. For the 5th year, the Compton Block Clubs are hosting Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Santa and his elves visiting neighborhoods across the city, greeting families and sharing festive moments. Now, this beloved tradition celebrates community pride and the holiday spirit, bringing joy to children and families alike.
All I want for Christmas is presents. I gotta celebrate with my family and open presents. I get free stuff.
We ride all around Compton, just bringing joy and cheer, and it's just bringing the community out. So we're having a blast.
Well, you can't miss this. It looks like a lot of fun. Organizers tell Fox 11 the celebration isn't over. They have 10 more days of Santa visiting more neighborhoods in Compton. They also say the event continues to grow each year, showcasing the unity and heart of these neighborhoods. And as that little boy said, you get free stuff. I'm with him. We want to wish everybody happy holidays. We thank you for watching LA Live News tonight. Our 10 p.m. newscast is just minutes away on Fox 11 with Marla Tejas. We hope to see you there on this Friday night.
Now, this is the Fox 11 News at 10.
Welcome, everybody, to the Fox 11 News at 10 o'clock on this Friday night. Thanks for being with us. I'm Marla Tejas. Well, here we go again, starting right now through the weekend on the 405. Overnight lane closures, ramp shutdowns, and more could impact your ride from West LA to the Valley. Let's go to Fox 11's Ed Lascos. He's there in the Sepulveda Pass for more tonight. Ed?
Marla, it's already started the last couple of minutes, starting to shut down systematically, lane by lane, right through a very busy section of the Sepulveda Pass. Just the latest weekend, we're going to have to deal with all of this. Joe, take us into the story, will you? There's the 405 through the pass, moving from left to right. That's the southbound lanes, and if you look there, you can actually see some of the orange cones they started putting up, closing the carpool lane, and they'll move lane from lane. Lanes are going to be closed on both the north and southbound sides, from Getty Center Drive to Skirball Center Drive, and it's right through the whole weekend. Watch. Misery on the 405. It is starting yet again this weekend.
I didn't even know that. We don't even know.
Yeah, it's been every other weekend they're going.
Oh, okay. Thank you for letting us know. I didn't even know.
But frustrating.
Frustrating, of course.
It's the seemingly non-ending construction on the 405, and this weekend it's from Getty Center to Skirball. Only 3 lanes will be opened on the northbound and the southbound sides, all for repaving right through the Sepulveda Pass, one of the busiest stretches of freeway in all the Southland.
Great, but at the same time it sucks because it's one of the biggest highways for commuting.
Right. Even on weekends, huh?
Yeah, especially on weekends. And I've noticed a change in traffic in the mornings and the late afternoons as well.
And especially if you drive for a living like Edgar here, he already knows it's going to be a real mess.
Especially when you're an Uber driver and you have to go back and forth, you know, taking people to the airport or bringing them back. Yeah, it does get a little congested, a little backed up, you know.
What are you going to do then?
Hopefully try some other routes.
Right. And those other routes could even be affected. Several of the 405 on-ramps and off-ramps will also be closed, and that could slow down and even frustrate all the local traffic.
Well, even if you take Sepulveda, you take the little curves back home, it's still the same thing, you know? So whatever, it should take like 45 minutes, takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours almost to get home.
The closures will run right through the weekend till early Monday morning, with the ongoing construction now set for every other weekend. Caltrans stressing that's much better than the alternative.
If we didn't have these extended weekend closures, we'd be doing this project for a lot longer, and having closures overnight for, you know, many years.
And now you are looking live, the 405 through the Sepulveda Pass, already starting to shut down some of the lanes. So remember, that'll be the case right through the weekend until early Monday morning. And remember now, it's every other weekend. It was supposed to be every weekend, but Caltrans just changing that, so we have to deal with it this weekend. We get a break next weekend, and it's back again the weekend just before Christmas. And certainly this major project will continue past the holidays, even into next year. For now, we're live here in the Pass. Back to the west side we go.
Short-term pain for long-term gain. All right, Ed, thanks. Legendary architect Frank Gehry has died. Gehry is famous for distinctive and imaginative buildings. He received every major prize that architecture has to offer, and also taught at USC, Yale, and Columbia University. The Walt Disney Concert Hall in downtown Los Angeles is one of Gehry's many masterpieces. The 96-year-old icon died of a respiratory illness at his Santa Monica home. A San Fernando coffee shop was vandalized with spray-painted anti-Trump messages overnight. Staff say the graffiti is baseless and shocking. A co-owner denies any political affiliation and suggests the attack may be tied to mistaken online claims linking the business to Trump-related websites. Unfortunately, the shop's security cameras were not working. Police are still investigating. Well, you may have heard that yelling. That was from a father yelling at his family to get out of this burning home in Santa Ana. Orange County firefighters praising him, saying what he did saved the lives of 4 other people in this home. This happened just after 1:30 this morning on South Linda Way. Fire crews say the 67-year-old jumped out of a second-story window, then managed to get ladders in front of other windows so others could escape the flames. The home, though, is a total loss, but everyone escaped without any injuries. The 2026 World Cup draw is set. Team USA will open play in LA against Paraguay at SoFi Stadium June 12th. The U.S. will also face Australia and a European qualifier in the group stage. Tonight's event at the Kennedy Center was hosted by Kevin Hart and Heidi Klum, and featured music from the Fugees and the Village People. Now, demand for tickets to the 2026 FIFA World Cup is surging, with almost 2 million tickets already sold worldwide. Fans in more than 200 countries have snatched up seats across the first two sales phases. FIFA now says the next chance to score tickets opens December 11th. That's next Thursday, when fans can apply for single match tickets. Some sad news now about a beloved business in Culver City. Helms Bakery is shutting down again just 1 year after reopening. The owner says it's become increasingly difficult for independent restaurants to survive in LA, and he was just unable to make it work. The original Helms opened in 1931 but closed in 1969, unable to compete with rising costs and mass-produced supermarket bread. Helms will serve its last customers on December 14th. New tonight, Santa in Compton. There he is, spreading holiday cheer. For the 5th year, the Compton Block Clubs are hosting Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa and his elves visiting neighborhoods across the city, greeting families and sharing festive moments. This beloved tradition celebrates community pride and the holiday spirit, bringing joy to children and families alike.
All I want for Christmas is presents. I gotta celebrate with my family and open presents and get free stuff.
We ride all around Compton, just bringing joy and cheer, and it's just bringing the community out. So we're having a blast.
Organizers tell Fox 11 the celebration is not over. They have 10 more days of Santa visiting more neighborhoods in Compton. They also say the event continues to grow each year, showcasing the unity and heart of these neighborhoods.
Weather is sponsored by American Career College.
Compton tonight, didn't you?
Absolutely. All right. Now, we do have gorgeous conditions out there, mostly clear skies, and it is going to be a little bit on the chilly side. So if you do have any plans, I don't know, and walking around through the neighborhood, just make sure that you do have a coat or a light sweater would be good as well. Gorgeous conditions to wrap up our Friday, but also roll into our weekend. We do have a pretty, I'd say, benign pattern that is in place through this weekend, both Saturday as well as Sunday. By the time we get to the end of our weekend, we do have a system that is expected to push in, and then it's going to begin to warm us up. We'll most likely feel the peak of that heat as we do roll into next week. So Tuesday through Thursday, a lot of us will see our temperatures not just in the 70s, but also we'll have some 80s across the area. We do still have a coastal statement in place. We'll be keeping our eyes on our tides out there. Moving into tomorrow morning, we could see those high tides anywhere from 7 to a little bit over 7.5 feet. And of course, this is going to be between the 8 a.m. and the 10 a.m. hour, and then we'll have that statement lifted. We also have an air quality alert in place, and that does go until Sunday. We'll see our temperatures today. We hit 73 degrees. That's above where we were yesterday and continuing to be above our normal in the upper 60s. Right now, clear skies out there. Temperatures at 50 degrees for the downtown area. A nice northwest wind to accompany it. Now, yesterday we did have a few cold alerts in place across some of our deserts. Those alerts have been lifted. Temperatures not in the 20s anymore across the Antelope Valley, but we do still have our temperatures hanging out in the 30s, just slightly above that freezing mark. Not the case for some of our mountains. Big Bear expected to touch the upper 20s for our lows tonight, and along our coast we'll have temperatures in the upper 40s to low 50s, and this will be the case across some of our interior section as well. I wanted to go ahead and zoom in to show you some of those spots on the map. 51 at LAX, 46 up in Porter Ranch, 44 in San Bernardino, and our low for Malibu at 47. Now here's a look into that high pressure system. It will be swinging into our region. Most of us will feel the impacts of that rolling into next week. As far as tomorrow goes, LA, you can expect to have your temperatures in the lower half of the 70s. Here's a look at that. Plenty of sunshine in place as we roll into next week. Pay attention to mostly Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, where we do show those temperatures. We'll be leaving behind the 70s this weekend, hopping into the lower 80s. So about a 10-degree difference from now moving into the middle of next week. Along the coast, plenty of sunshine as well. Temperatures this weekend, you will see the 60s, the upper 60s. Your warm up next week looks like your temperatures touching the mid-70s. And of course, we cannot forget the valleys and the Inland Empire. Your temperatures fairly close to what we'll see across the LA area, reaching the low 70s for tomorrow. Rolling into the second half of our weekend, a little bit more warmth in place. Temperatures will have reached the upper 70s, and then from there, by the time we get to next week, temperatures flirting with that lower 90-degree mark. Marla.
Swing. All right, Star, thanks. Still ahead, a change to newborn vaccines is raising concerns. A federal panel now says not all babies need the hepatitis B shot at birth. Some doctors are pushing back.
Good evening. I'm Gerard Monterey. Second night of a back-to-back for the Lake Show, and Boston was not the place to play shorthanded as well. Game story from the TD Garden is on the way. And the Clippers trying to put their recent controversy behind and find a way to pick up a W against the Grizzlies in Memphis. We've got the outcome of that one as well next in sports. But first, tonight's Spectrum Sports poll question. Are you surprised by the Clippers' struggles this season? Yes, what the heck is going on? Not really. Or not surprised at all. Head to foxla.com/vote to cast your vote. The results coming up at the end of sports.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. You in?
New tonight, a mother of 6 is pleading for help after being told she and her children must leave their temporary housing over what she claims is retaliation for reporting misconduct. Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards, she's live in Gardena with her story tonight. Chelsea?
Marla, this woman says she has just been given the runaround, and it's been a nightmare for her and her family, especially with the holidays coming up. She says they've been moved from a shelter to what they hoped was permanent housing, but now they're in this Motel 6 here in Gardena, and they're going to have to move again soon.
It's just been very
very stressful for them. They've had to endure so much.
Over the last 2.5 years, Latia Stevenson and her 6 kids have been uprooted constantly. They were being housed at the Comunidad Cesar Chavez shelter when she says she spoke out about concerns there.
It's just been such a, horrifying experience being in that program where they basically was able to, it was a retaliation against me based on me expressing my concerns with major issues that happened with my family.
The homeless program says she was removed because she refused Section 8 housing, which she says is not true. Rather, that a landlord refused to take her after finding out how many kids she has. Now they're all sharing 2 rooms at this Motel 6 in Gardena that will have to move again on Wednesday because the homeless housing program only allows families to stay in motels for a few weeks at a time.
There's no accountability for the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority. They're the ones responsible for housing families.
LA Family Housing, PATH, and the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority say they don't share personal or confidential information about anyone in their programs. We are unable to comment on any individual claims or circumstances. What we can state unequivocally is that our agencies operate in collaboration and under clear guidelines and best practices to provide safe and effective services to support people on their path to stable housing. We remain united in our commitment to delivering compassionate and high-quality care and ensuring that every person in our programs is treated with dignity and receives the assistance they need to pursue housing stability. The Stevensons say that's not what they've experienced.
We want to ultimately have, peace of mind for the children. I want people to know who my kids are and amazingly gifted young kids that they are. And this is very much, about them being able to have a peaceful space to be able to create their art.
Our biggest concern are the children. We want to see the children in stable environments, not unnecessarily uprooted when there's plenty of opportunity for people like the Stevenson family to receive permanent housing.
Now, those kids are all very creative. They're artists. They do graphic design. They do animation. They do murals, music. And again, they just want to be able to have a place that they can create in peace, hopefully before the holidays, but they understand that's probably not going to be likely. Reporting live from Gardena, I'm Chelsea Edwards, Fox 11 News. Marla.
All right, Chelsea, thank you. A federal vaccine advisory committee voted today to end the long-standing recommendation that all newborns in the U.S. receive the hepatitis B vaccine on the day that they're born. Hepatitis B is a serious liver infection that spreads through contact with bodily fluids. Mothers can pass it to their children. The vaccine panel says only babies born to mothers who test positive for Hep B should receive the shot at birth. They're advising other mothers to speak with the doctors about the vaccine. Doctors weigh in on the change.
We've heard do no harm is a moral imperative. We are doing harm by changing this wording.
If the mom is Hep B negative, which is the vast majority of women who deliver babies in the United States today, and they want to delay it until the kid is 8 or 10 or 12, there's essentially no risk of them getting it.
The new recommendation is that the hepatitis B vaccine series begins only after a child is at least 2 months old. The state of California does not uphold this decision and actively promotes vaccinations. Now to the gubernatorial race. The latest here is this. The crowded field of candidates seeking to become California's next governor has just gained another entrant. Republican tech entrepreneur John Slavitt announcing he is running for governor. The former Democrat has no political experience, but he says his business background makes him the right choice to tackle issues like poverty, homelessness, and energy costs.
Fox 11 Sports Desk, sponsored by Spectrum, a connection built for everywhere. That's life unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Hello again. Let's start in the association. Lakers on the second night of a back-to-back following that buzzer-beating victory over the Raptors in Toronto. Tonight, purple and gold battling the hated Celtics in Boston, and they were without Luka Doncic for a second straight game due to personal reasons, as well as LeBron James out with left foot joint arthritis and sciatica. So this one going pretty much about how you expect it would. Lakers down big, 93-71 in the third. Boston showing no mercy. Jaylen Brown, the contested floater in the paint, falls, part of his team-high 30 points. Austin Reeves continuing to be a bright and consistent spot for the purple and gold this season. Down 17 late in the third. Check out this tough fadeaway for the bucket. AR producing a game-high 36 on 50% shooting from the floor. But the C's were on fire from beyond the arc tonight. In the fourth, Derek White on the receiving end of a favorable bounce for three. Boston shoots 53% from downtown in this one. And the shorthanded Lakers fall big in Beantown, 126-105.
You know, it's frustrating when you are like, you know, trust the process and you lose. But at the same time, you know, you got to understand that there's many more games and many more situations where the process is successful.
You mentioned before the game.
Clippers shooting for a rare second straight victory this season, facing the Grizzlies in Memphis. We'll pick this one up in the fourth, tied at 84 apiece. Cedric Howard cooking tonight. Pulls up for three, knocks it down, breaking the tie. Grizz by 3. They would stretch that advantage to 4 later in the quarter. Howard now on the fast break. Give him the bucket right here. 23 points, 14 boards, a double-double for the Fresno native. Clips trailing 105-98 in the final seconds. In need of a bunch and in a hurry. Kawhi Leonard, though, loses the basketball. And another tough night for the Clippers. They fall 107-98. Leonard did lead the visitors tonight with 24 points. Played well. Week 14 in the NFL. Rams looking to bounce back from last week's shocking loss against the Carolina Panthers with a win on the road against the Cardinals this week and a Chicago loss at Green Bay. Sean McVay's squad would regain top billing in the NFC. That #1 seed, very important towards earning a huge first-round bye come January.
Obviously, getting that #1 seed, you know, everything got to go through, you know, where you are, which is here, coming through LA, controlling the weather and things like that. You know, we go and play, show up and make it happen wherever we go. But if we can control the elements and stuff like that, and you know, have our home crowd, obviously that's a big thing for us.
On the ice, Ducks hosting the Capitals in Anaheim. This one headed for a shootout. Ducks needing a stop here for the win. Veli Husso in between the pipes. Stones Ethan Frank securing the dub. Ducks win a shootout 4-3 and they grab 2 points. Finally, the results to our Spectrum Sports poll question of the night. You surprised by the Clippers' struggles this season? Yes, what's going on? Not really. Or I am not surprised at all. 67% of you not surprised by what's going on. Kawhi Leonard out, missing a lot of games. James Harden a little inconsistent every now and then. Ty Lue just has his hands full with the red and blue this year. And it is what it is right now. All right, that is your Friday Night Sports. We've got more news coming up after the break.
Fox 11 Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino.
Huge news out of Hollywood. Netflix has reached a $72 billion deal to buy Warner Brothers, including its film, TV, and HBO platforms. While the merger is not final and still needs federal approval, industry experts warn this could mean higher costs for consumers and uncertainty for Hollywood workers. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are sounding alarms about creative control, jobs, and competition, as Netflix's subscriber base would jump to 420 million worldwide. Apple TV has renewed the hit comedy Platonic for a third season. The Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne series wrapped its second season in October. Show creators Nicholas Stoller and Francesca DeBlanco say they're excited to continue the story. The show is filmed and takes place right here in Los Angeles. Hugh Jackman served a special flavor of frozen custard, Song Sung Blueberry, in Greenfield, Wisconsin. Jackman stars in Song Sung Blue, based on the true story of a husband and wife, Neil Diamond tribute act. The movie is set in Milwaukee, and that's where the movie's premiere was held. Song Sung Blue debuts nationwide in theaters only, and it debuts on Christmas Day. Oh yeah, I'm sure the crowds came out to see Hugh and serving up custard. I'd be there too. That's it for us tonight. Stay tuned for Fox Local Football HQ next, and then I'll be back for Good Night LA at 11. Thanks for being with us.